Step into the enigmatic realm of history, where the distinction between reality and myth fades, and narratives of mystery, tragedy, and intrigue that have held the world spellbound are unveiled. From the frigid depths of the North Atlantic to the ominous recesses of Hollywood, each account, akin to a fragment of an intricate jigsaw, provides a window into the human mind and the enigmas that persist in our collective consciousness. These are the chronicles of the Titanic's ill-fated Odyssey, Agatha Christie's mysterious vanishing act, the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, the bone-chilling Dyatlov Pass incident, the cursed treasure of Oak Island, the catastrophic Chernobyl disaster, the eerie Fen phenomena, the brutal Hinterkaifeck murders, the tragic demise of Martin Luther King Jr., and the haunting Black Dahlia murder. Accompany us as we traverse the corridors of time, peeling back the layers of enigma that shroud these perplexing events. At the stroke of midnight on April 15, 1912, a tragedy of epic proportions unfolded in the dark, icy waters of the North Atlantic. The RMS Titanic, a symbol of human achievement and technological prowess, met a catastrophic end, plunging into the depths and taking with it the lives of over 1,500 souls. The sinking of the Titanic is a tale of grandeur and hubris, of survival and loss, wrapped in layers of mystery and intrigue that continue to grip the world more than a century later. Amidst unprecedented fanfare, the Titanic set sail, proudly touted as the largest and most luxurious ship of its time, and ironically, deemed virtually unsinkable by its creators. On its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York City, the ship carried some of the wealthiest and most prominent figures of the day, alongside hundreds of emigrants dreaming of a new life in America. However, beneath the opulence and optimism, fatal flaws in design and a series of ill-fated decisions lay dormant. The ship's encounter with an iceberg, a seemingly minor collision on a calm April night, triggered a catastrophic series of events that would lead to one of the deadliest peacetime maritime catastrophes in history. Number 9. In December 1926, the world was gripped by a mystery worthy of a novel by Agatha Christie, the Queen of Crime herself. However, this was no work of fiction. Christie, the celebrated author, vanished without a trace, sparking a search that captured global attention. Her disappearance remains one of the 20th century's most tantalizing unsolved mysteries, blending the lines between reality and the intricate plots of her stories. Agatha Christie was at the height of her literary career, famous for her detective novels featuring iconic personalities like Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple. Her life, seemingly calm and ordered, was upended following the death of her mother and her husband's request for a divorce. On a cold winter night in December 1926, Christie left her home in England, leaving behind a letter for her secretary stating she was going to Yorkshire. Her car was later found abandoned, with her clothes and identification scattered around, yet there was no sign of Christie herself. The subsequent 11-day search was the largest of its kind in British history, involving over 1,000 police officers and 15,000 volunteers. Speculations ran wild, with theories ranging from amnesia to a publicity stunt, or even a more sinister fate. In April of 1927, Christie's eventual discovery at a hotel in Harrogate registered under an alias, added further layers to the already deep mystery. Despite various theories and Christie's own reticence on the matter, the true story behind her disappearance has never been fully explained, leaving a lingering question mark over the incident that continues to intrigue and perplex people to this day. Number 8. On April 14, 1865, an event happened that would forever alter the course of American history: the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln. This moment, shocking and brutal, was not just the tragic end of a beloved leader but a pivotal point in a nation still reeling from the scars of civil war. The assassination of Lincoln is a story of conspiracy, intrigue, and a nation's struggle, imbued with questions and theories that persist to this day. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, led the nation through its most divisive and bloody conflict, the American Civil War. His steadfast commitment to the Union and the abolition of slavery had earned him admiration and enemies in equal measure. On a seemingly ordinary evening, Lincoln decided to attend a play at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C., seeking a brief respite from the burdens of leadership. The plot to assassinate Lincoln was masterminded by John Wilkes Booth, a well-known actor and Confederate sympathizer who viewed Lincoln as a tyrant. Booth's initial plan was to kidnap the president, but as the tides of war turned, he shifted his aim to assassination. The successful execution of this plan not only led to Lincoln's death but also set off a chain of events that included the attack on other key government figures. Number 7. In the icy expanse of Russia's Ural Mountains, a chilling mystery unfolded that has baffled experts and ignited the imagination of conspiracy theorists for decades. The Dyatlov Pass incident, involving the unexplained deaths of 9 hikers in January 1959 but only coming to global attention in April of the same year, remains one of the 20th century's most enigmatic and haunting mysteries. This tale of uncharted wilderness, unexplained phenomena, and untimely death continues to puzzle and terrify in equal measure. Led by Igor Dyatlov, a group of experienced Soviet hikers embarked on a trek through the northern Ural Mountains in late January 1959. Their objective was to reach Otorten Mountain, but something went horrifyingly wrong. When they failed to return, a search party was dispatched, uncovering a scene that defied logical explanation. The hikers' tent was found torn, exposed from the inside, and their bodies were scattered across the snow-clad landscape, some barefoot and dressed only in underwear despite the freezing temperatures. The subsequent investigation revealed even more perplexing details. Some of the bodies showed signs of severe internal injuries consistent with immense pressure, while others had unexplained burns and one even missing a tongue. Yet, there were no signs of struggle or external trauma. The Soviet authorities quickly closed the case, attributing the deaths to a compelling natural force, a conclusion that did little to quell the growing speculation. Over the years, theories ranging from avalanches and military involvement to alien encounters and paranormal forces have been proposed to explain the Dyatlov Pass incident. Despite numerous investigations and scientific inquiries, the mystery remains as impenetrable as the night the tragedy occurred. Number 6. Nestled on the fog-shrouded shores of Nova Scotia, Canada, lies Oak Island, a place where history, legend, and treasure converge in one of the world's most enduring mysteries. The Oak Island Money Pit, first discovered in 1795, has tantalized treasure hunters for centuries with the promise of wealth and secrets lying just beneath its surface. April 1861 marked a pivotal moment in this saga, igniting a renewed fervor that would lead to tragedy, obsession, and an ever-deepening enigma. The story of the Oak Island Money Pit begins when a young man named Daniel McGinnis observes an unusual depression in the ground while exploring Oak Island. This discovery led to early excavation efforts, which uncovered a complex subterranean structure of layered logs, clay, and mysterious symbols, suggesting that something of great value was buried deep within. Over the years, various expeditions attempted to uncover the pit's secrets, only to be thwarted by flooding and a series of baffling engineering challenges. By April 1861, the quest to solve the mystery of the money pit had reached a fever pitch. A new expedition, armed with advanced technology and bolstered by tales of pirate treasure and ancient manuscripts, embarked on what was believed to be the final push to uncover the pit's secrets. However, tragedy struck when the pit suddenly flooded, claiming lives and fueling speculation of a curse or a booby-trapped treasure vault. Number 5. In the early hours of April 26, 1986, a catastrophic event unfolded at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Pripyat, Ukraine, that would become synonymous with the dangers of nuclear energy. The explosion and subsequent release of radioactive material from Chernobyl's reactor number 4 marked the worst nuclear disaster in history, with consequences that reverberated across the globe. The incident not only exposed the flaws in nuclear technology but also unleashed a wave of fear, suffering, and environmental damage, the effects of which are still felt today. Chernobyl was the consequence of a flawed Soviet reactor design combined with serious mistakes made by the plant operators during a late-night safety test. The test, intended to simulate a power failure scenario, led to an uncontrolled reaction that caused a catastrophic explosion and fire. This disaster released vast amounts of radioactive particles into the atmosphere, spreading across the Western Soviet Union and Europe. In the immediate aftermath, the Soviet government's attempt to conceal the accident compounded the tragedy. It took days before the full scale of the disaster was acknowledged, both to the local population and the international community. The residents of Pripyat and surrounding areas were evacuated, leaving behind a ghost town and a legacy of health and environmental issues. Number 4. In the shadowy, mist-laden landscapes of the English Fenlands, a series of unexplained events in April 1904 gave rise to tales of mystery and supernatural intrigue. Known as the Fen phenomena, these occurrences involved eerie lights, strange sounds, and ghostly figures that haunted the rural expanses, sparking fear and fascination among locals and beyond. These incidents remain one of the most enigmatic chapters in the annals of British folklore, blending the boundaries between natural and paranormal explanations. The Fenlands, a marshy region in eastern England, have long been steeped in legend and lore, often associated with ghostly sightings and ancient mysteries. In April 1904, reports began to emerge of peculiar phenomena: lights dancing over the marshes at night, untraceable noises resembling distant music or thunder, and sightings of spectral figures that vanished upon approach. These events occurred with such frequency and intensity that they attracted the attention of both the local populace and researchers from afar. The Fen phenomena of 1904 not only challenged the scientific knowledge of the time but also caused an indelible mark on the cultural and historical landscape of the region. Today, the mystery of the Fen phenomena continues to intrigue, serving as a testament to the enduring human fascination with the unknown and the eerie allure of the landscapes that we think we know. Number 3. In the quiet, isolated farmstead of Hinterkaifeck, nestled in the rural landscapes of Bavaria, Germany, a horrifying mystery unfolded in April 1922 that remains unsolved to this day. The brutal murder of 6 inhabitants, spanning 3 generations of the same family, turned this secluded homestead into the setting for one of the most chilling and mystifying criminal cases in German history. The Hinterkaifeck murders, marked by bizarre preludes and gruesome findings, continue to haunt the annals of true crime and paranormal inquiry. The Gruber family, living on the Hinterkaifeck farm, led a reclusive life, but in the weeks leading up to the murders, they reported strange occurrences. Footsteps in the snow leading to the house but not away, unfamiliar noises in the attic, and misplaced objects. These unsettling events culminated on the night of March 31, 1922, when the 6 inhabitants, including children and their elderly maid, were brutally killed with a pickaxe, the motive and perpetrator remaining shrouded in mystery. In the aftermath, the investigation uncovered more questions than answers. The farm had been tended to for several days after the murders, with meals eaten and animals fed, suggesting the murderers lingered at the scene. Despite extensive police work, no conclusive suspect was ever identified, and theories ranged from familial disputes to vagrant killers, even touching on supernatural explanations. Number 2. On April 4, 1968, a gunshot in Memphis, Tennessee, silenced one of the greatest voices in the American civil rights movement. Martin Luther King Jr., a preacher, activist, and leader who had tirelessly fought for equality and justice, was assassinated, sending shockwaves across the United States and the world. This pivotal moment in history is not just a story of a life tragically cut short but a complex narrative woven with political unrest, societal change, and a quest for truth that continues to evoke debate and introspection. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had risen as a prominent leader in the struggle against racial segregation and discrimination, advocating for nonviolent protest and civil disobedience. By the time he arrived in Memphis, he was not only addressing racial inequality but also championing the cause of economic justice, supporting a strike by sanitation workers in the city. King's presence in Memphis was part of this broader campaign for civil rights, which had earned him both ardent followers and vehement detractors. The assassination occurred on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel, where King was staying. The official narrative quickly pointed to James Earl Ray, a small-time criminal who pled guilty to the murder, though later recanted. This explanation, however, has been scrutinized and challenged by various parties, including the King family. Theories of wider conspiracies involving government agencies, organized crime, or other groups have persisted, fueled by discrepancies in the evidence and the broader context of social and political turmoil. Number 1. In the annals of American crime, few cases have captured the public imagination as enduringly as the Black Dahlia murder. In January 1947, the gruesome and enigmatic death of Elizabeth Short, dubbed the Black Dahlia, emerged as a symbol of Hollywood's dark underbelly. The investigation, peaking with significant developments in April of the same year, spiraled into a media frenzy that combined elements of celebrity, scandal, and mystery, leaving a legacy of fascination and horror that persists to this day. Elizabeth Short, a young woman with Hollywood aspirations, was found brutally murdered in Los Angeles, her body severed at the waist and grotesquely mutilated in a manner that suggested a deep familiarity with surgical techniques. The precision of the act and the subsequent posing of her body in a vacant lot sent shockwaves through a post-war society already grappling with shifting cultural norms and the undercurrents of fear and suspicion that defined the era. As the investigation unfolded, the lack of substantial leads and the sensational nature of the crime attracted massive public and media attention. By April, the case had turned into a spectacle, with the press often hampering police efforts through the release of lurid details and the exploitation of Short's personal life. Despite the involvement of numerous detectives and the submission of countless confessions, most proven false, the true identity of the killer remained elusive. As we close the chapter on these mystifying narratives, we are reminded that history is not just a collection of dates and facts, but a tapestry woven with the threads of human experience. The stories of tragedy, mystery, and intrigue that we've explored serve as windows into the depths of our past, reflecting the complexities and the enduring allure of the unknown. These tales, etched in the annals of history, continue to fascinate and puzzle us, proving that some mysteries, no matter how much time passes, remain unsolved, beckoning the curious and the brave to explore the unexplained corners of our world and our history. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Phantasmal Eternity channel. Until next time.